Welcome to Beyond Our Focus. I'm Stefan, this is Amanda, and this is What's in the Box for December 28th.
Is it really What's in the Box now? We haven't used the box. What's in the box of the Christmas tree?
Yeah, right now Christmas tree is What's in the Box. Which is going to be probably the semi-theme of this. And we had a Christmas episode a couple weeks ago. So, another semi-Christmas episode.
Yeah, this is technically Christmas week.
It is.
I know you guys are probably already sick of Christmas by now, considering that if you work in a job like we do, we have to listen to Christmas music like through November. But
yeah, but it's still, it's Christmas. It's our Christmas thing. We have a nice tree. I've got a hat. We're both wearing red and black, so... So, it's fun. As always, we'll start off with some movies and move into other things. Which we're just going to start off immediately. Go see Spider-Man!
Yes, we both went and saw Into the Spider-Verse
at
different times, but very, very good.
And I've seen it twice so far, and I have a shirt, as you can see here, Into the Spider-Verse. It was great. It was great.
I actually spent money at a movie theater.
I did. I had to. It's actually a cool shirt, and I love the movie. The animation was stunning and cool and great, and the story was really well done. And the only criticism I heard of the movie at all, which I will agree is a small criticism, but because of how many characters were in the movie, it's understandable, is that we get very, very little story of the main villain. Now, at this point, yes, we know Kingpin.
Yeah.
We know him. If you watched any of the Daredevil seasons, if you've seen other things, we get who he is, but this gives you very little.
Yeah.
This almost just assumes you do know who he is.
Yeah, that's pretty much because, it's pretty much straight off, it's just, big muscly guy. You're like, okay, and then you just suddenly know his name, and it's like, okay.
So they just kind of assume you should know.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it really is just a fantastic, great characters. All these spider people are great. They're already in works for a sequel and supposedly a spin-off movie starring Gwen Stacy, which she is amazing in this. Other than maybe, I don't even want to say other than. Well, Peter Parker is great in this.
Yes.
Miles, of course, it is a Miles story, period, hands down. It's his story. But Peter is also great in this. And Gwen Stacy is amazing.
Yes.
She's really, everything she's in, she really steals the show, and she is fantastic in the movie and fun to watch. And so I'm looking forward to maybe getting a movie with her. And then, of course, the other Spider people are also enjoyable, but they take a back seat to those.
Well, of course, and I think it was made to be that way.
Most definitely.
Yeah, obviously.
It's a Miles story with... Then it goes, Peter is there a lot, and then Gwen Stacy, and then the other Spider-Man.
Well, you have to think about it. It's like, it is a Miles story, but obviously, when you think Spider-Man, you think Peter Parker.
Everyone does. He's the original Spider-Man.
Then, of course, Gwen Stacy is a name that you know. And
but it's a name you know, but not everyone really knew Gwen Stacy before Amazing Spider-Man came out, and threw her into the mainstream, and even that, still she's not a super common.
But either way, and then the rest of the Spidey people are technically just versions. So it's like versions of Peter.
Well, ish.
No, every single one of them except Gwen were the Peter of their world. Like literally, they even said that their names were even P. Like hers was...
Yeah, I know.
What,
but they're so incredibly different just because they happen to name them that.
Either way, like Penny Parker, what is it? Porky Parker? I don't know, the pig.
Yeah, I know.
And then, I don't even know the noir guy's name. Either way, they were the Peter Parker of their world.
But they're so incredibly different.
Except in Gwen's world, where she was Peter's best friend. Either way.
Well, the thing is,
Miles is the only one that is actually him.
She is the Miles of that universe, her universe.
Yes, exactly. They are the only two that are not essentially Peter Parker.
It's weird. It's a great movie. It is fantastic. Go see it. We probably don't want to spend the entire show talking about this movie.
We could.
I totally could. What else have we seen other than Spider-Man?
In theaters, I didn't see anything else.
I went and saw Green Book. If you don't know what Green Book is, it takes place in 1962. It is a musician, a famous piano player, who hires a bodyguard in 1962 to go down south to put on little concerts for people. What makes it interesting is that it is 1962 and he is a black man who is trying to go down south in the early 60s to try to play for these people.
Yeah.
And it is just really, really interesting and super well done. And the characters are great. And I totally did not recognize Viggo Mortensen, I think his name is.
I know who that name.
Aragorn from Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
Plays the bodyguard. And he is unrecognizable other than he kind of looks familiar.
Yeah.
But he is unrecognizable because it looks like he's gained 70 pounds in this movie. And he really looks really different. But both of them are fantastic. The character dynamic is great. The story is really good.
I remember seeing the trailer for it and thinking that it was going to be good, but I didn't know if it was something I really wanted to see in theaters. Huh. But of course, I'm more picky about what I see in theaters.
If you just want, if your criteria for seeing movies in the theater is a good movie, this is a great movie.
Okay.
I'm talking about if your only goal is spectacle and big because it's pretty and you want to see it on a big screen because it's pretty, then maybe this is the movie. But if the only criteria is good, this is it. Because I left it up to Sandy to choose which one we went and saw. Either Mortal Engines or Green Book. And she chose Green Book. And it did not disappoint. It was excellent.
I don't know, because thrown into the mix of movies that are coming out, I don't know what to do anymore.
But yeah, now 3 more movies are coming out for us this coming weekend. By the time you watch it, they were already out. We have Bumblebee coming out, we have Aquaman coming out, and we have Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins is getting good reviews. The one review I watched for Bumblebee said it was the best Transformer movie we've gotten. Which is good enough review for me.
Yeah.
And Aquaman's the one I hadn't really seen a lot. I've heard decently things. I heard it's a fun movie. It is a fun DC movie.
Oh my god.
So, I kind of have to see it only because it is a superhero film.
Yeah.
So I have to go see it. The issue is, I really feel like I really want to see all 3 of these movies. But that's a lot for the weekend. So we'll probably end up seeing 1, maybe 2 of them over the weekend. Maybe. I don't even know if we'll do that. And then probably end up seeing 1 on Christmas Day.
Will they be open on Christmas?
Yeah, they're always open on Christmas Day.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's just something to do. 1 year, I don't remember what year it was, we actually went on Christmas Day. So we might do that again this time.
Interesting.
They're open, so.
Christmas movies.
Is there anything else we've watched?
I can't even think if I watched anything old. We did rent... Yes, we rented 2 movies. One was... Come on, I know this. Well, I did finally get to see Ant-Man and the Wasp. I know, it's...
Oh, you've mentioned it in a few of the shows.
Yes.
And I've not put together that maybe you actually finally saw the movie?
Yeah, I was behind, and I finally got to watch it. And see, that's why I was stopping, because I was like, wait a minute, did I talk about this last time? But no, it had to have been recent that I watched it. So yes, because...
Ooh. That's pretty interesting. I like that.
He got new cookies.
We did. Mm-hmm.
Cocoa fleur.
Yeah, those are good. Coconut, ooh.
Coconut cookies topped with dark chocolate and sprinkled with coconut. I'm sold.
It's good.
But
anyway, yes.
I saw Ant-Man and the Wasp for the first time, which I love.
Before we go any further, give me your opinions finally of Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay. I definitely liked it better than the first one.
Yes.
The whole pairing thing was great. The humor through it. Oh my god. Of course, Scott being his normal sarcastic self. Just probably one of the most memorable lines is the whole oh, do you need a juice box and some string cheese? And he's like, do you actually have that? Yeah. I I was like, yes.
They very much made... She was the better version of Ant-Man.
Yeah. I
She
would agree.
kicked serious butt in that movie.
Yes. I definitely like how they played with the whole shrinking and growing and shrinking and growing. I did like Ava. I did like Ghost. Her character,
cool.
her character was interesting. Like,
interesting character, awesome powers.
yes, and it's not for her, but yeah, like
yeah, not for her, but still really cool
yes.
how it was done. Yes,
like at first I was like, what technology did they have to do this with? And then realizing that it was not technically technology, I was like, ooh,
it was technology that was helping her control it, but
that didn't really help much. But yes. Overall, I liked it. I definitely liked how the characters, of course, played around with each other, and everything just kind of merged really well. Compared to the first one, that was a bit choppy. I liked that it continued on from Civil War.
yes,
Him being put under house arrest. And then, of course, it ending, very, very ending, with it merging into Infinity War.
Because this movie takes place exactly as Infinity War is taking place.
And yes, that's the one thing that I did like that it did, because everybody was wondering that. When Infinity War came out, we were all wondering if Ant-Man and the Wasp was coming out later, what's going to happen with it?
This is the big issue, is that Infinity War 1 and Endgame,
yes,
it's like you're having two movies between movies that are technically kind of part 1, part 2.
Yeah.
It's weird. But one takes place exactly when Infinity War is taking place, and the other one is a prequel.
Yeah. I don't know.
So the after credit scene really ties everything together and kind of what is going to play into this next movie a lot.
Yes. I liked that it went full circle, and obviously we know Scott's around because we already saw the trailer for Endgame.
Yes, I mean, you know he's going to be. He has to.
So somehow he managed to escape.
Yes.
I also very, very much like what he did with his house and the tunnels and what he did for his daughter, like making the ant tunnels. And he's like, I can't do that right now. I'm having a heist with my daughter.
Yeah, so yes, it was a much better improvement movie as a whole over the first one. But the first one also had like 2 directors, one they had fired and got someone else in. And there was a lot of issues with the first one. But this was a major improvement over the first movie.
Yes.
So.
Yes, overall I liked it. The movie we watched after that was A Broken Cookie. No. Was a Christmas Office Party.
That was a funny movie. We saw that in theaters. Good cookie.
It's very light.
Very light.
Just enough dark chocolate. But yes, which I found great because it was one of those movies where they just fall apart. It was like, it had stupid humor and it had crude humor, but it wasn't just so downright vulgar that you're like, why do I feel gross watching this movie? Like, it was one of those movies that the comedy aspect made all the cringe-worthy moments just part of it.
I enjoyed it. I liked what it did. And it was a funny movie.
Yeah.
There was really funny parts about it. And I wish I remembered her name now.
Her?
The lady who had the ugly sweater.
She's in SNL, like Saturday
she's
Night
in like
Live,
all kinds of things, but she also like plays in like the Hunger Games. She's the super made up girl. She's played in. She's in like Pitch Perfect as one of the commentators.
Yes.
She is hilarious.
That's not the same person as far as I know. No. The one you're thinking of is
Who am I thinking of? Who's that lady then?
Here.
Is that the same lady?
No.
I think I've done this before. I think I made this mistake before. Am I different people? In my mind, at the moment, they're the same person.
Oh well, no. I'm pretty sure they're because the one from Christmas Office Party. She is she does Saturday Night Live. Like that's her, like where I know her from. Her name is Kate McKinnon.
I think we're thinking about different people.
You said the one in the ugly sweater, right?
I think we're thinking about different people.
The one.
Kid sounds familiar.
But yeah, the one in the ugly sweater. The one that was the blonde. She was the rule follower until like she also drove the minivan and stuff. Yeah.
Is she a different person? Oh, no, okay. No. In her short hair appearance, in this, she does resemble the other lady.
No, you're thinking...
No, we're thinking about different people. Yes, we are. Yeah. No, she's from Ghostbusters.
Oh, I never watched it.
Don't. But she was in Ghostbusters. And yes, she's from Saturday Night Live, all that fun stuff. Yes.
I'm trying to think of the... Because I know...
What?
Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth Banks, yes. Elizabeth Banks is the person I'm thinking of. But in Christmas Office Party, her short hair, to me, she resembles that other woman.
Yeah.
Well, Elizabeth Banks is amazing.
Yes, she is.
I don't relate to this woman at all, but Elizabeth Banks is amazing.
I just love Jason. Is it Jason Bateman? Yeah.
He's a funny man, too. He's very funny. But yes, McKinnon and whatever is very funny in this movie. This rule follower. The whole... we're not going through a party. you know I can see you. I can.
And then the security or the doctor at the end, they wheel him out, or they wheel Corey I think it is, out in the wheelchair, and he's like, "Come on, we're gonna keep this party going." And he's like, "No, sir, you're not allowed to have alcohol." And he's like, "We're not having..." Like, first it was, I think, it was Mary that was like, "Oh, there's not going to be any alcohol." And she's like... And then he goes, "No, there's not... Of course there's not going to be alcohol." And then he was like, even the sister gets into it, and he's like, "I'm standing right here."
I remember enjoying it. It's been a while since I've seen it, so... Yeah. But I do remember enjoying it. It's probably last Christmas when I saw it. So it's been...
I'm behind, okay?
Which is probably why it's in a red box, because it was a Christmas thing, and we're Christmas, so. I mentioned to you I had seen something else. I thought. I swear I've actually watched a movie. But I could be just completely wrong.
I thought it was just those two.
Probably so. I can't think of anything else. So. Well, that is the movies we've gone through. Where were we going? No, what's the plan?
The plan is Christmas. This is our...
There's a better plan.
This is our What's in the Box Christmas special. It followed our Would You If. If you've not seen our Would You If, you need to go watch it. Oh my goodness. It's pretty much...
The great Christmas Would You If.
Pretty much. It was the... Would you live in a world with Santa if you had to worry about Krampus, however you want to call him.
Yeah.
So pretty much, like Stefan came up with, the spectrum would be, if you're good, you get presents, maybe less presents, coal. Or then you start getting into beaten with sticks, bagged and thrown into a stream, or just flat out dragged to hell. So...
It's a good measure between great and dead.
So we were pretty much talking about how that first year would be so interesting. Because not only would you figure out just who flat out's going to hell right away.
People just go missing. You get up the next morning and a giant swath of the population just went missing.
I don't think that'd be missing. We would know.
Well...
Okay,
still,
if it's December 5th, we would know. But yes.
It's like the world went from having 8 billion people to having 6 billion people because...
And then, just to know where you stand at that point.
Oh, yeah! Like, you pray, you wake up, and there's Christmas presents. Not you wake up because you're being beaten by a stick.
Like, I had pretty much decided that... Most likely that first year, especially with how 2018 has gone, and we still have some weeks left, is I would be somewhere between you got coal and I'ma beat you.
Again, that first year would be really interesting. Imagine the people that stay up because they know something's going to happen and try to fight Krampus.
I'd be like, I was going to beat you with a stick, now I'm going to just drag you.
Pretty much. Oh, this equals as you being worse. All right. We're going to increase that scale. Just take it. Just take... No, okay. We're going. We're leaving.
Just like, well, bam. Well, bam. It's like, no, don't bite me. Do not bite me.
It'd be really interesting.
Yeah, just no. But yeah, so that was our Would You If. It's definitely fun. Go check it out. Make sure you leave comments. Tell us what you would do. Because I think that would be insane. Just the fact that not only would it be like, oh my goodness, there really is a Santa Claus, but oh my goodness, there is a Norse demon that we have to watch out for.
It would be instant world course correction here. People would very quickly become much better people. Or you just wouldn't be around anymore.
So far we've done that. We had, of course, our Breaking Prism episode, which happened to be about not really virtual, pretty much augmented reality video games. Just like literally, we're going to inject something into you to make you see shit. So, like drugs, except it's actually implanted into the back of your head.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a topic this week. It was a great episode. Go check that one out. Black Mirror Season 3, Episode 2. Yes. Why aren't you...
I'm trying to make sure it is Episode 2.
It should be. Nosedive was the first one. So the second one would be Playtest.
Yeah. It sounds right. You're confused.
It was Twilight Zone
because it's thrown in between the episodes. It's like Nosedive, I felt like it was so long ago when we watched it. It's like I feel like we've seen more episodes.
Other than that, I mean, that's pretty much what all that's happened so far. With Let's Palaver, we have Part 2, Chapter 2. Is it Part 2, Chapter 3? Yeah, it's Part 2, Chapter... Because the first chapter is backstory. Second chapter is Odetta. Third chapter is Detta.
No. I think there's something else thrown in there as well. I'm pretty sure this is Part 4.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. So it's either 3 or 4. Not sure. Just gonna double check that real quick.
Am I really?
Meanwhile...
I'm just gonna...
I got this fancy doodah day over here. So I picked up this game a while back. It was for a game night. I've only played it once. It's weird. So you have these tiny little hands. It's called Handemonium. But you have these tiny little hands, and you have these cards, and you're supposed to do what's on the cards with the tiny little hands.
I have no idea. I've only seen people screw around with these.
Literally, there's a stick inside the hand. So...
I truthfully did not know this was a game. Yeah. Again, I've only seen people screw around with them, just playing with the little hands.
But they have I apparently dropped the cards. They have tasks, everything from like taking a rolled up piece of tissue and like throwing it into a cup to opening an umbrella.
That'd be very difficult. Let's see. I feel like I need my coat on.
I feel naked. Yeah.
Because if I had my coat, it's also black, and it would just be... Tiny hands. Again, I didn't know this was a game.
Yes,
I've only seen people play with these. I've never actually seen people...
Handemonium. I'm sure most likely they just do have like little prop hands that people have played with.
No, the hard people just get this and just screw around with the hands because the hands are just fun to mess with.
That's actually on the box.
Golf clap.
The Dumbledore clap.
Even worse. Are you really even clapping at that point?
Dun, 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 dun. I don't know if we have anything for any of the cards. And my hand's stuck in the thing.
We did not...
Put a straw in a drink. Deal 3 cards to each of your teammates.
Okay, yeah.
Operate a TV remote. So the point of the game was to, as I said, on the cards they have, the pink is of course a task. It's a challenge. There's 2 games you can play. It's the challenge, or the blue is you're playing gestures with the hand.
Just want to do it.
But yes.
Was this truth or dare?
Truth or dare? I don't
Task
think
or
so.
gesture?
Well, no. The gestures, whatever, is if you have multiple people, like it's like a group one, and the challenge one, you can either do groups, or if it's just 2 people, you can go back and forth. The group one, how that works, being that you only have the 2 sets of hands, is a relay race. So you do the task, you hand off the hands, and then they do the task, and whichever team completes it first, they win. So they have like blow your nose with a tissue. They have use a straw to push a cup across the table.
So I know what everybody wants to do. Is use this hand and blow your nose with it.
Yes.
And then give the hand to someone else.
When I played it, the worst one, I think, well, besides the umbrella one was horrible.
I'm sure.
But the other one was pour water into a cup and then try to drink it. So not only was it like, okay, we had to put the cup in the sink, but we tried picking up the water bottle, and of course the water bottle like squishes. Like we used full,
oh god.
We used full water bottles. So as soon as we tried to squish the thing, the water just
nope.
Nope.
This is a terrible idea. This is terrible.
Yeah. So then pouring it into the cup and then trying to pick up the cup.
It was a plastic cup.
It was a plastic cup. Originally, she had handed me a glass cup. I'm like, no.
Oh, this is a bad idea. Don't do that.
So immediately picking up the cup, it drops and goes around. I was like, see, that's why.
We don't need glass everywhere because of this.
No. So I did not successfully pick my cup up, as far as I know. She did, but then she poured water all down her front. So.
Just reminds me of nosedive.
Let's rate each other.
Oh, the water being poured on her front.
Oh.
Poor lady. She had to go find herself a, whatever she did, a shawl of some sort to wrap around her.
The wine, yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. Take your shoes and socks off.
Oh god. Mine would be easier than some.
Well, see, she was literally wearing slip-ons, and I was wearing my boots that I have out there. So she's like, let me go get my boots. So she put hers on, and the first thing we did was try to figure out how to unzip them. So we're sitting there.
That doesn't work.
Yeah. So we unzipped them, and then I got my shoes off just fine. Forgot that I had my leggings over my sock. So I had to try to pull up my legging to get my sock off, and she was already done because she had like the little crew socks. Yeah. But yes, I had brought this because I didn't know if there was anything you wanted to do, or if you're just playing with the hands. But yes, I forgot to actually gather materials before the podcast. So now we're just stuck with tiny.
Now we just have little hands. Yeah. You can't eat cookies with tiny hands. Maybe the Scooby Snacks. Not that cookie. You'll be lucky if you ever get one of those cookies up to your face to eat it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Broken one. It slid gently onto the hand. They're gentle cookies. But they're very tasty.
Mm. So, where do we go from here?
Well, keep it more Christmas themed. And ask the wonderful audience why people believe in Santa Claus.
Do they?
They personally don't, but I'm sure.
I think the question you're looking for is, why do parents help their children believe in Santa Claus?
Yes. That's probably closer to what we're going with.
Discipline measurements.
Which means a terrible excuse. That's no different than being like, hey, be good or dad's going to whip you with a belt.
That's a discipline measurement.
I know. It's let's threaten that someone else is going to do something
okay.
instead of me personally doing it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then.
Same like you do it with the dogs. Like Kiki won't come inside. It's like, don't make me go get dad! Like, that dog has no... What is that supposed to do? What am I going to do?
I don't know. I think that if I had kids, I would just... I would threaten them with Krampus. Be like, if you're bad, he's going to come get you and beat you with a stick.
I just don't understand the purpose behind, other than just trying to threaten your children to be good. Actually get them to believe into a Santa Claus.
I don't know.
Why just completely and
fantasy.
blatantly lie to them? And it goes even further, other than just Santa. Like the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy and blah, 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 blah.
But what is wrong with encouraging a kid's imagination?
It's not encouraging. It is just a blatantly lying. It's not saying don't have an imagination. It is just lying that something is completely real that's not.
Well, what about imaginary friends?
They're more welcome to... They personally came up with that themselves.
So
they didn't come up with Santa.
What if a kid watches a movie, you haven't said anything, but watches the movie and says, oh my goodness, this Santa person. What are you supposed to be? Nah, that's not real. It's made up. But they really want to believe in Santa.
They want to believe in Santa. But tell your children. Tell your children the truth. There ain't nothing wrong with a little truth. Hey, you can have an active imagination. Do what you want to do. But there's no reason to blatantly lie and then put fake gifts under the tree saying they're from this imaginary person.
I was going to say, my mom still did that even after we stopped believing in Santa.
Why?
I don't know. It was tradition. It was just tradition. It was one of those, you watch the movies, you read the stories, you hear the music.
And they're still just as fun if you don't believe in the thing. No different than any other science fiction thing you watch. It's enjoyable to watch, and it's cool being in different worlds.
So then what's wrong with writing Santa on a piece of paper and sticking it to a...
Because it's not real! It's like, Dear Predator, I would like a...
Fuck yeah!
It's not real!
You want to write Predator on your presents? You go ahead.
It's not real. There's no point of lying to your children until they get old enough to be smart enough to figure out the lie. And then we just carry on that tradition, and you have to go around getting the rest of the family and everyone else to try to lie to your children for you.
It just depends on the family. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, if it's not hurting you, why does it matter?
In what way does it benefit anybody?
If the kid is
How is lying to the child benefiting the child in any way?
How is it hurting them?
You're lying to them. You're teaching them. You're perfectly fine lying to them forever.
Okay, what do you think about the whole Elf on the Shelf thing? Is it
I think
the
it's
same
completely
thing?
retarded.
I think it's funny.
I think it's retarded. Again, you're just lying and trying to scare your children to death. This imaginary thing is moving around and watching you at all times.
One, most kids think it's fun, not scary. Two,
That's
no. Okay, put it this way. View it as the biggest practical joke of a child's life.
You're just lying to them, and eventually they get smart enough to know it's a lie.
And most of them aren't completely like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna go, I'm never gonna believe in anything anymore. Most of them, if they hit that age, they're like, oh, I get it.
Why lie? I just don't like the lying part. I don't like lying to children because they're so stupid they'll believe anything. That's not a great thing.
Yes, but you're viewing it so harshly. Like it's the worst thing in the world.
I think it's retarded.
As I said, it's just a giant practical joke, pretty much.
No, it's not. You're lying to your children for years and years and years. This is not a practical joke you pull for 5 minutes. You are putting time and effort in for years just lying to them. And getting other people to go into it, and then go with bullies at school, and people tell them they're not real, or if they are real, and, well, don't tell them, don't blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and when it comes down to it, most parents, if a child comes up to them and says, hey, is Santa Claus real? The parent usually goes, no. And the kid goes, why? Yes, if after something like that happens, it's usually explained to them. If not, yes, that's on the parent. That's whatever. If they want to keep going with it, that's fine. But initially, if the kid wants to believe in something...
He only wants to believe it because you told him it was real. Because he thinks he's getting a special gift from an imaginary man.
So?
Be real with the kid, like, I'm giving you those gifts. Be good because I won't give you things because I'm your parent.
Then do that. Once again, it just depends on the
truth
family.
Versus a lie.
It depends on the family. If it doesn't hurt you, leave them the hell alone.
It hurts everybody involved.
Okay, involved. Are you involved in it? No.
No,
that is their family. Well, that is you just being very, very offended by everything. Welcome to 2018.
It's done.
2018 needs to die already.
Santa needs to be
this is
gender
why
neutral.
2018 needs to die. You're wearing a damn Santa hat. I don't want to hear your shit.
I'd say Christmas as a whole is
Moving
evil.
on. We're going to move on.
I'd say we shouldn't lie to our children.
You're wearing a Santa hat.
I didn't say Christmas was evil.
It's not a Christmas hat. It is a Santa hat.
It's a Christmas hat.
It's a Santa hat.
It's a Christmas hat.
Where do you think the hat came from?
Christmas.
Oh my god.
Father Christmas.
Anyways, we're going to move on to some more pleasant
This
life.
This is pleasant.
Christmas life.
There's a deeper meaning behind all of it.
I don't want to hear it, Mr. Grinch. Okay.
He's more believable.
What, Mr. Grinch?
Yeah.
Yes, he is actually. Ugh, I love the Grinch. But yes, the stories of the Grinch, as far as...
I mean, the story.
The story of the Grinch.
Because there aren't stories. There's one
renditions,
story that
yes.
has been slightly altered, but is the exact same thing.
Yes. But either way, probably my favorite is the Jim Carrey one. Besides, of course, the traditional Dr. Seuss hand-drawn thingy.
Never seen that.
Okay.
Never have.
You've never seen, like, the hand-drawn Dr. Seuss, like, cartoon one?
I mean, I think I've seen, like, a picture of it or something, but I've never watched what it was.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
The only versions of the Grinch I've ever actually watched was the Jim Carrey one and the new one.
I haven't seen the new one.
It was good. It was different than that one to a degree. They changed a couple different story beats to it. Made, whatever the little girl's name is.
Cindy Lou Who?
Yeah, Cindy Lou Who. Gave her actually more, like, a character and things to actually do versus just being this really nothing child that has almost no plot point to the movie whatsoever than making the Grinch feel bad. So actually did a little bit more with it.
Hey, in Jim Carrey's, she had a plot point, okay? She was upset because Christmas didn't mean anything to her anymore, and she wanted to find out why.
Because Santa's not real.
That's
why.
Because the Christmas spirit was gone. Santa didn't exist in this damn... Well, okay, I guess it did exist in the world. Which is weird, because...
Grinch pretended to be Santa, so
Yeah,
therefore he has to exist. Yeah. But Why didn't he show up while the Grinch was doing it at the exact same time? Grinch versus Santa Claus. Fight!
That's when you realize it's one of those weird time travel things. And the Grinch really is Santa Claus.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know it. So he has to stop himself.
God, Santa literally just doesn't make any sense. And if he has all this fancy technology, he's the sheriff of the rest of the world.
Maybe he's a selfish bastard.
Maybe.
A selfish bastard who goes all around the world and gives out things.
Except coal and maybe drag people to hell. Together.
Wrong one. Beat him with sticks.
Yeah.
That's crazy, though, that that's still celebrated.
People celebrate everything.
I'm literally talking about people being beat with sticks.
Yeah. People celebrate everything. Any and everything, you can find a group that follows it and celebrates it and does.
Yes, but what group is gonna go along with being beaten by sticks? They're gonna go to a parade knowing that someone's gonna come out and beat them with a stick.
People do crazy things. There are people out in the world that still think the Earth is flat for some reason. We figured out hundreds or thousands of years ago the Earth is not flat. Yet people still think it is. In today's age, where it's easy to find the truth anywhere you look, people still believe the Earth is flat.
As I said, 2018 needs to go away.
People are dumb.
I'm hoping that 2019 brings enlightenment of great intelligence.
Well, aren't you optimistic?
No, I'm not. Optimism is never really my strong point.
Miss, everyone needs to believe in Santa Claus.
Oh my goodness! No! 1, we're past that point. 2,
We will never pass it.
2, I did not say I believe in Santa Claus. I did not believe. I did not believe. Actually, I don't. As I said, growing up, it's one of those things I don't... Like, I remember growing up with the whole, hey, Santa got you this. Or we had presents under the tree that said Santa Claus on them. Or my parents, of course, would wait till, Christmas Eve night or whatever you want to call it to actually put stuff out. And it would, surprise us and stuff like that. But I don't remember, a concrete, I believe in Santa and then I don't believe in Santa. It was just kind of like... Either I watched a movie and it was like, oh, so Santa's not real? Okay. Or it was just something that I had so many imaginary friends or whatever that I didn't care. I lived out in the middle of nowhere, okay? I didn't have friends.
You were talking to the sheltered child that never went to public school. Don't come with all you're thinking you didn't have people.
Oh, so I see. Is this your broken childhood?
My broken childhood. I didn't have imaginary friends. I didn't have Santa Claus.
So this is your broken child. See, we've come to the root of the problem. Your poor unnurtured childhood soul, your inner child, never got the attention it deserved.
Just cold, hardcore truth.
Just hitting the hard stuff today. We've just gotten to some, deep-rooted issues.
Yeah.
Anyways, we were talking about something that wasn't having to do with Santa Claus. And I forgot because you derailed that train into next week. Oh, you called me an optimist, and I said I wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay, Captain Optimist. How about we go back to Krampus Land, where I was rooting for the demon, and you were like, no, it has to have balance.
We must bring balance to the Force.
No.
Anakin will bring balance!
I don't care! A demon's gonna hit him with a stick.
I have the high ground.
No. Just kidding. This is a short joke. Is this a short joke? You're really going
That
there?
wasn't exactly where I was going, but if that's the way we want to bring it.
Okay. What else is Christmassy? Besides the music that we get stuck listening to all the time.
We ever have an episode on music.
Yes.
And movies. Which is...
Weird that we started that way back when.
Well, we've been around Christmas for a while at this point.
Last Christmas. No.
I gave you my heart. The very
As I said,
next
you know,
day.
the black market must be booming with all these hearts just going.
Give it away.
I told them, I freaked out today because I literally was like, the song came on for the 1500th time by the 20th different artist, and I literally just snapped. I think, you know, a couple other people weren't receiving, and I was just like, you know what? If you keep giving your heart away, that's what's gonna happen. Maybe this Christmas don't be a jerk and give your heart away. Give it some other holiday. On 4th of July, give your heart away.
It's funny because she follows that phrase up with, this time I'll give it to someone who cares or something.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you do that the first time? You just give it to someone who didn't matter?
No, last Christmas, I gave you my heart, and the very next day, you gave it away. This Christmas, we hear it 50 times, but we should know this. This Christmas, I'll give it to someone special. That's what they say.
So, implying, didn't give it to someone special the first time. Why are you just throwing your heart around like that? What are you, a heart slut?
Yes. Officially new term. But no, that has always bothered me, because it's like, I understand that when you get into a relationship, they're always special to you, whatever. And then you find out, you know, things didn't go well, whatever, and they're no longer... I hate things like that, because it's like, no matter how long in your relationship, what happens, whatever it is, that person is important to you at some point. So the fact that you're like, oh, this year I'm going to give it to someone special, it's like, okay, so what you're saying is that person you just spent however long with didn't mean a damn thing to you. It's just like Beyonce or someone has a song that's kind of like that, where she talks about... it was another one we listen to at work. We listen to at work on our normal station all the time. But pretty much, she talks about how don't think you're special because you're completely replaceable. Like, by the way, it's like you're going to be gone in a minute, or you don't think I can find someone? Oh, he's already on his way here.
It's a very old song.
Yeah, it is. It's a very
old song. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's just like, I'm sorry, but if you have some guy on the way to your house already, it means that your relationship was done a long time ago, but you're just now just sealing the deal. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, just songs where it's just like, oh, that person is... you know, garbage. I'm going to find someone who actually matters. It's like, okay, no matter how much of a dick that person was, at some point they meant something to you. So, I don't know. So, most likely, the entire relationship wasn't a disaster unless you just did not, you just didn't care. Like, you're just like, I'm in a relationship. That's all that matters.
Well, just say that the next one's going to be more special, and it will be.
That's how it works?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So how does that change the song?
It doesn't. I didn't say it didn't.
I'll give it to someone more special.
Because I say they're more special. Therefore, they're more special.
But yeah, just like, I'm sorry, but if every Christmas you're giving your heart away, that you're having issues, you need to stop. Either you have too many hearts to give and you're a science experiment, or... I don't know how we got on Christmas music again, because we were trying to avoid it.
You leaned real hard into it.
I can't help it, that damn song. That one and All I Want for Christmas Is You. People need hobbies.
All you need to want for Christmas is a new hobby.
I'm thinking about picking up the violin. Random, just off topic.
As in what? What?
I'm picking up the violin, like, as a musical instrument.
Do you have just a random violin laying around you have access to?
No, it was just I'm thinking of picking up the violin, meaning I'm thinking of learning to play the violin. It's just a way of saying that.
Yeah, I get that. You have a random one?
No!
Or you know an easily accessible one you can get a hold of?
No! You just randomly pulled a cello out of thin air, so...
Oh, let's take offline. Amazon is a fantastic place.
I don't care. One day you show up and say, I'm learning the cello, so that's pretty much pulling out of thin air. But, yes, and then...
How do you plan on learning this violin?
How do I plan on learning it?
Mm-hmm.
How do you learn anything?
Well, usually if someone teach you,
No.
do you know someone who's going to teach you?
No. As I said, when you decided I'm gonna get a cello, did you have everything planned out?
Yes.
Okay, that's when you were getting the cello. Now, when you said, "Hey, I plan on learning the cello," did you have everything planned out?
Yes, because when I mentioned it, I had plans. We knew what we were.
Not to me. I'm talking about to you.
That's what I'm saying. So Sandy already went to music school. I already knew if I was going. That's what I was going to learn from someone there.
Okay then. I'm just saying, when you have the idea to learn an instrument, you're not going to have everything planned out right there.
So you have no plans.
So me saying, "Hey, I'm thinking of picking up the violin," does not mean I'm picking up the violin tomorrow. I have everything scheduled.
It might be. It might be on the way.
No, not even close.
Well, I could say the violin and the cello are definitely different instruments.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know enough on the cello to give some hefty hints on the violin.
No, I love the violin. Like, my favorite instrument, as far as just instruments in general, is the guitar. But that's because I've just, like, growing up listening to the guitar, there's a certain noise that it makes. It's the same as music boxes. It's just that slight squeak that the strings make. And I've always loved that. I don't know what it is.
Then why not learn the guitar?
Huh? Because I don't want to learn the guitar. I've already practiced guitar before. I've already played guitar before. I just never actually learned it to where it was like, oh, I learned how to play the guitar. I can play the guitar now. It's just, yes, it is a nice...
Well, why go for the violin instead of the guitar? Why not get back into the guitar and do something with that?
Because, one, I want an instrument that is not one that I've tried before. Because I've played organ. I've played... which organ, keyboard, however you want it. Pretty much anything with keys. Besides a guitar. I don't know how the hell that one... But, and then, of course, as I said, I started learning the guitar. But as far as the violin, one, I wanted to get away from that sort of instrument. And second, just listening to violins, it just has a certain sound that resonates with me. Like, it's... nothing, I'm sure there are plenty of instruments, but to me, no instrument can sound so beautiful, so sad, and so angry all at the same time. Like, it just has so much emotion.
Have you listened to the cello?
Yes, I have, okay? Yes, I have.
Because my biggest thing when choosing, I've always loved the piano and the violin.
Yeah.
But after actually sitting down and listening to the violin, the cello, and like the double bass,
yeah,
I really, really lean more heavily towards the cello and the double bass because I enjoyed the deeper sounds more.
Yeah.
So therefore, ended up just going with the cello. And I'm quite happy with that. But my issue with the violin, especially learning, is that violins have much bigger tendency to be much more squeaky.
Yeah.
And my least favorite string on the cello is the highest pitched one.
Yeah. And see, I can understand that. It's like, to me, that doesn't much bother me, especially... It's a weird thing because Chad plays the harmonica, and even that sometimes I'm just like, he'll hit the really, like, the high end of it, and I'm like, I'm gonna beat the devil out of you. Ross. Anyways. But as far as the violin, like just listening to music with the violin in it, it's just like, to me, that high-pitched noise, as I said, adds to that expression.
Well, violin, amazing. I've listened to some awesome violinists. I mean, if you just watch AGT, last year he was awesome.
Yes.
And like Lindsey Sterling, which is now super popular, and some awesome violinists. And they sound cool, but they definitely know how to play.
The learning process is going to be horrible, especially with it right next to your ear.
Have you ever listened to the I think it's just called the Piano Guys?
Yes, I think.
Well, they play cello and piano.
Yeah.
They're called the Piano Guys. But I've been listening to them recently because I didn't know much about it until someone else finally said something.
Yeah.
I listened to them play. They play some pretty awesome things. And hearing how the cello and the piano go well together, and just, again, I just prefer the deeper.
As I said, I can definitely understand that. And yes, I do love the sound of the cello. Like, what the hell are you doing?
I'm looking at my hand, okay? It's nothing. It really isn't.
What the fuck? Focus. I don't know what you put in your cookies, but focus. But no, like as I said, for that deeper sound, yes, I have heard cellos, I've listened to cellos, and I do really like that sound. But to me, I'm just more drawn to the violin. Like this morning,
personally, I like the idea of playing right here more than I like playing right here.
Yeah, I said that's probably going to be the biggest thing right there is having the learning stages happen that close to your ear. It's going to be a bit tricky for me. Yeah. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of ibuprofen and but no, like I've been thinking about it a lot, but it was this morning because of everything that happened, like finding out about schedules, all that kind of stuff. It's just I felt so much rage and so much, if anybody talks to me right now, I'm gonna hit somebody. So what I did is I put my earbuds in, which I usually don't, since Carissa and I usually have conversations or whatever, and put my earbuds in, and that's what I actually did, is I put Lindsey Sterling on. Like I burned through 2 of her albums. It's like they're albums I've already listened to, but it's just like listening to the violin and just hearing it as just this beautiful, just I don't know, it's just like this soothing sound, but at the same time feeling so much fury in it, and just I don't know, it was just amazing. And it helped me so much because by the end of it, my battery was dead. But but I was actually a lot more calm. And I don't think I would have been so if I hadn't been listening. Which I'm total advocate for music.
No, music is awesome. I love, again, I've been listening to the Piano Guys. That's what I listened to a lot this morning. I've been trying to get through some of their stuff because my teacher was saying maybe try to get me and say to play something by them.
Yeah.
And they play some pretty cool stuff. So I'm trying to listen to them personally. And we got a few favorites from them. My thing with Lindsey Sterling is that she started off where the music was like solely about the violin itself. Yes. And the further her albums get, the more she incorporates a lot of other music.
Yeah.
And those are the ones I like less because of that. For me, it's like, if I want to listen to an instrument, because I want to listen to the instrument. I want to hear you really solely, mainly, maybe only on that particular thing. So I don't want guitar. I don't want drums. I want to listen to the violin or to the cello or to whatever.
I don't know. I'm a mix. Like, I like solo stuff, but I do like more instruments mixed in. And as far as her the albums that she has now, I liked, well, it's not only that, it's also the visual aspect. A lot of times if I'm listening to her music, I'll watch the videos that go along with them. And it's the fact that she started out as a dancer. And then, of course, picked up the violin and everything like that. Or it was vice versa. I can't remember which one. Either way, it's the fact that she can dance with her violin. and she incorporates that a lot into the music videos that she makes. And just, I guess, the aesthetic that she has as well.
Maybe it's not her. I'm looking for a song. There's a song I really like, and I thought it was by Lindsey Sterling, but maybe it's not.
What's it called?
If you like Lindsey Sterling, I have mentioned her before, but you should check out Taylor Davis.
I think you have mentioned it. I just didn't write it down.
Because she also plays violin,
Yeah.
and she is really good. And it's probably by her who I'm probably thinking the song I really liked. I couldn't remember who it was actually from. But maybe not, because I'm here now. I can't. I think I know the name, but I'm not positive. I don't know what's
the
going
name?
on. Oh, no, it is her. It's called Soulbound.
Soulbound? Okay.
It's the first song of her. She has a lot more. She started off with a lot of gaming music.
Yeah.
So she has a lot of that. But I think it's her first album that's her stuff. It's like the first song of that. Yes. I know, it's brief.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Brief. It's small.
I will write it down.
I just want to listen to it now.
I will write it down. We can't risk all of our audio being deleted because of this. Okay.
But Taylor Davis.
Taylor
really
Davis?
good.
Okay.
The name of the album. Let's try that too. It's called Taylor Davis.
Mm-hmm. And it's Soulbound?
It is her name, yeah. Yeah, Soulbound. It's the very first song of that CD, but really good.
No, the one that I really like right now is it's Lindsey Sterling. It's, I think, either, I don't think it's on Shatter Me. I think it's on her Rebirth, or I don't know. It's her newest one before her Christmas one, obviously.
Brave Enough.
Brave Enough. There you go. But she has a song. It's not. Oh my goodness. I just listened to it this morning, but apparently I'm. Okay. It's Wild.
Looking through here. I don't see anything with that name.
It's
What is it?
Oh, just a minute.
Silence.
Well, you know how many times I've been trying to entertain people while you were just doing stuff?
The sound of silence. Would you recognize the name if you saw it?
Well, I'm going through the videos or I listened to.
I'm just saying.
Maybe it's.
These are all the ones off that CD. So if you knew the name and you saw it, this is the ones off that CD.
I want to.
Everything was on there. So if you knew the name.
Well, I could have swore it was called Wild, but it's not apparently. So I'm thinking it's something wild.
It's called something wild, or
no, literally something.
Something.
I'm pretty sure that's the one I'm thinking of.
Let's see if
it's a guy singing.
Oh, so we're singing involved too?
Yes, it's a guy singing.
Something wild is down at the bottom. Yeah, featuring Andrew Mick something other.
Yeah, that's it. But no, that is a very good one. I really like that one. I don't know about the music video. I haven't seen it in a while, but I really like the song.
Yeah. I like good. There's a Linkin Park. I think it's Numb. That which another reason I really decided to go for cello is someone did a rendition of it with just cello and piano.
Yeah.
And the cello is acting as the voice in the lyrics to the song.
Wow.
And it is amazingly cool. And oh my god. Actually, I know the song very well, so it helps so much.
Well, yeah, of course.
It's just so good.
There's your
my
next
goal, the goal is to get to the point where we can actually play that.
I'll have to look up that one too.
So
I have musics to listen to. Yay!
So yeah, learning has been interesting. It's been fun. I've never learned a musical instrument of any sorts ever until I started doing this. So,
well, see, as far as pretty much the only thing I've learned to do is play, because I was little, I would just play tabs, I keep wanting to say organ. In the organ, it was literally like all the keys were lettered. And then most of the books came with letters. So that's how I learned to play that. And then with the guitar, I use tabs. So it's like, as far as learning music, some things I know, some things are still like, I'm going to need some work on that. But,
can you read music?
No. Like, that's what I'm saying.
You say tabs. I don't know what you mean when you say tabs. I don't know what you...
Tabs are literally numbering the strings and then... taking whatever music and literally numbering what you need to play at that point. Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned the letters on the organ, but you said little kid. I didn't know if that just translated to never learning to read music.
No, there's tabs, which, as I said, it's just numbering everything. And then, of course, numbering or lettering, however you
Everyone who says they never learn music, but try to learn instruments, learning how to read music is by far the easiest part of learning to play an instrument.
Well, yeah, obviously.
So I don't get why people don't. It's really not difficult.
I don't know. Maybe I just didn't have the patience.
Because even going into this, the learning to read the music has been the simple part.
Yeah.
The playing the instruments is the difficult part.
But no, it's, as I said, like the whole, well, did you do this? Did you do this? Do you know where it's like, I still have to build up the money to buy a violin, because you know how expensive those things are? Yeah.
Actually, I do, because I've did some research. Yeah. They're actually fairly inexpensive compared if you want to get one off Amazon. Okay. Like I did for the cello.
Yeah. Okay.
Expensive? I say inexpensive because they get insane. Yeah. They can get insane very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
And a cello is more... The bigger the instrument gets, the more expensive it gets.
Obviously more materials to make it. It's just like...
So I feel like put a little effort into it. It won't take you very long to actually be able to afford something simple off Amazon to start learning and gaining.
Yeah.
Because that was with the cello. And another big reason why I decided not to try to go with the double bass. Which I like, because I really like the deeper sounds. Yeah. And I tend to like the little bit deeper ones on the cello versus the lesser ones. But... Deeper versus higher. But the cello is... the double bass, very, very expensive. And it's very large. So, cello was a good choice. I'm happy with the cello. I really like the teacher, and I really enjoy going through that. That's been really nice.
Well, if I ever get to that point, I'll let you guys know.
We're going to start a band. A classical band.
Our podcast is going to be us playing music.
It seems like the piano guys, pretty sure it's 4 guys. I thought it was 2 at first, but some of the covers have 4 people on it. Yeah. I think it's 4 people. And they play, it seems, a variety. A lot of their music is heavy in cello and piano. Some of it's a lot more one of the other, but a lot of them, there's other instruments you can tell in the background, different things. But it focuses a lot on cello and piano. But there seems to have 4 people. So, I mean, hey, violin, cello, Sandy on the piano. Someone else want to join in? We need someone with a drum because
just
we need
tambourine.
Oh, we need a drum or something. We need someone with a little bit of bass back there in case we need it. It's a little
percussion.
I don't know, fancy words. I'll throw this at
percussion. The word you're looking for today. So our Christmas episode is now about music.
Hey, we haven't talked a lot about music, or as far as learning the instruments themselves. So, but it's been fun. Sandy are working our ways. We have a few recitals. They've gone decent. A lot more practice.
I guess so.
I really need to schedule my next one, like really soon. The issue is it has to be on a Saturday.
Why?
Because he has a full-time job, so he's only available certain days.
Oh.
And it varies from week to week, so I have to kind of work around that. But with Saturday being very different this time than normal, can't do the normal. Yeah.
What happened to Wednesdays?
What happened on Wednesdays?
Well, for a while there, you had like.
Wow, I've only done Wednesday a few times.
Well, still.
It varies from week to week.
Okay.
Some weeks he's only available 2 days that week, and some days he's available 4 days. It's just kind of. I don't have a set schedule with him.
Yeah.
It's every week going in and looking and seeing what's available and what I can do. Sandy had a set schedule with her teacher because she has other things, but she's very heavily focused on teaching piano.
Yeah.
So she makes money, decent money, actually teaching a lot of students. Where me and Sandy's teacher are the only students of him. Because she's also learning cello from him. So that's all he has. He's doing it because he likes teaching.
Yeah.
He has a full-time job. He makes good money. He's really taking a lot of time and effort in doing that. And he just does it because he likes teaching. It's a little extra cash, but because he likes teaching.
If only we could get to that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
But on that note,
we've gone for a good amount of time. We'll say, is there anywhere else we want to go?
I can't really think of anything. We had our Christmas theme up front. We got into our arguments. We talked about music.
I forget. Okay, I keep thinking it's later in the week than it actually is.
It's only two. I kept thinking it was Wednesday, and I was like, oh my goodness. But yeah.
It feels so much later. Say my throat is a little more scratchy than normal.
It's okay. This morning I yawned and I cracked my lip right here in the corner. So now it keeps bothering me, and so.
No, nothing's worse than like chapped lips, and then you go to do something and it's like, oh no.
Yeah. It's like, if it was like right here, it wouldn't bother me, but it's right at the corner.
No,
so
mine, if it cracks anywhere, it's literally dead center of my bottom lip. And I'll smile and it'll crack and it'll bleed, and it's like,
Mine, it feels like, it gets that blister point, because it's like, my first instinct is lick, 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 and it just makes it worse. And then you like move your mouth or talk in any way, and it's like...
Yeah. Don't really worry about it as much anymore, and I haven't for a while, but generally during winter I'll carry or have something like give me chapstick. Anything to start trying to prevent and make sure it does not happen, because it's bad. I hate it. I just hate cold weather, period. So screw cold weather.
I love cold weather.
We'll just kill cold weather.
I love cold weather.
Kill it. Stab, stab, stab.
No.
Stab, stab, stab.
You can't speak to this. Krampus will hear you. But what? If he was real.
If he was real. And Santa.
Santa's not real.
And other things.
And other things like the Easter Bunny. The Tooth Fairy. The Tooth Fairy is one I never understood. Like, what? I'm sorry, but why is some lady or man or whatever walking around collecting people's teeth?
This is the one you're having an issue with?
Yes.
That's the one. You're not having an issue with all the other ones. That's the one we're going to really focus on.
I always had an issue with the Tooth Fairy, and I am not talking about parents telling their kids that these are real. You have an issue about the lying to the kids. I have an issue about, why do I want to have anyone believe that this creepy person is just stealing your teeth? What the fuck do they need your teeth for? Okay.
Why is Santa constantly watching through all the surveillance cameras?
Why? What's the Easter bunny? Like, Easter has nothing to do with bunnies. And
now.
why is the bunny laying eggs?
It does now. It's too much.
Anyways.
It's too much. I think we're going to be done right there. I think we're good. We've gone a good amount of time. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You enjoyed some of the arguments and some of the little bit of music talk. So, yeah, as always, reach me at Stars Untraveled. Reach Amanda at KZ Pup. Reach the show at Behind Our Focus on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and podcast services around the globe.
Maybe. I'm just going to keep saying
maybe.
maybe.
You keep saying maybe. Float it out there. I mean, we don't actually know that for a fact. I just say it and kind of hope. These podcast services, I think, are, for the most part, everywhere. People can, I don't know.
I don't know if we get translated. That'd be weird.
I don't think we get translated. But if
Either
you
way,
speak
that would be
English,
really
you can
weird.
listen to us. Or broken English or whatever. Whatever, just stuff.
We don't even speak English.
At one point, they had good analytics about what countries and different things, and it was really interesting to see. They don't seem to work so much anymore on YouTube, but it was really interesting to see when like other countries and like Australia, just like that's really cool that these random countries got people randomly listen. That was very interesting.
Hercules.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just what I do.
Yeah.
Just the random
I
clapping
remember
things.
enjoying that to a degree back in the day.
Hercules. Yes.
Back in the day.
0 to hero.
Yeah, so like, subscribe to the channel so Krampus doesn't come bring you to hell, and
Because that's straight. You don't even get sticks, you're just going down.
Yep. If you don't subscribe to the Beyond Our Focus YouTube channel,
Now you're lying to people. You're lying to people. Aha!
I have to do it for my own
Anyways.
benefit.
Oh,
like, subscribe, do that fun stuff. I hope you enjoyed the video. And this is the end of our Christmas week, so hope everyone had a great Christmas, Merry after Christmas, whatever.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, even though we're kind of past the holidays.
Well, not really. We still have New Year's. That's considered
Is
a
that
holiday.
really a holiday?
Yes, it is.
Is it really a holiday?
It's part of the holidays. Because why would you say...
It's a new year.
Why would you say happy holidays besides
It's
the
usually-
fact that there's multiple Christmas type-ish things going on? But yes, they include
It's not
New
a
Year's.
holiday.
And they include
It's not a
Thanksgiving.
holiday.
And they include everything else.
New Year's is not a holiday.
It is.
It's not a holiday. I don't count it as a holiday.
You don't count a lot of things.
Yep, and I'm only right
Yes.
about everything, so.
I have names for people like you.
Till next time! Long days and pleasant nights.